West Ham head into our sixth pre-season friendly of the summer, looking to bounce back from our first defeat of pre-season on Tuesday evening against Rangers. Meanwhile, Luton Town have recorded 5 successive victories ahead of the new championship campaign, albeit against lesser opposition. And now, after an exhausting 21-22 season and the potential for an up-and-coming campaign to be similarly hectic, it came as a surprise when West Ham announced quite a busy pre-season schedule. Nevertheless, with 5 matches under our belt, David Moyes will hope that recent games have set the squad up to deliver an improved season on last year. West Ham remain in the transfer market for, I don't know how many more new signings, 3 or 4 potentially coming in. Obviously, with the news that Scamacca deal has been pretty much nearly done, waiting for the player to come in and get over the line, including central midfielders potentially coming in the door. Moyes may feel in a hungry attitude, wanting to get some more results over the door and adding more numbers to the West Ham squad after we went down 3-1 to Rangers earlier in the week. Although we've been unbeaten in pre-season up until Tuesday night, the setback at Ibrox was their third game without success, and obviously the news regarding Aguerd coming off injured wasn't a fantastic result as well. And then we conclude our pre-season schedule after Luton with Lens before squaring off against the defending champions Manchester City on the opening day of the season. And on the back of a disappointing end to an outstanding campaign, the Luton Town manager, Nathan Jones, who is here, is going to feel that his squad are in a great place ahead of making the step up against West Ham. A 2-0 win at Peterborough earlier this week represents their most notable success. And Luton Town have scored at least 2 goals during their games this month. Now, a player that we may recognise, former Premier League player who does play for them, Cameron Jerome, is posting his best return with 3 strikes as the goals have been shared around the group. So Saturday's contest, this afternoon's contest, is Luton's final fixture before they begin their championship season with a home fixture against Birmingham City on July the 30th. I just can't believe the season is here and ready to rock and roll. Now, who are Luton Town? Just in case anyone doesn't know, they were founded in April 1885. They became a founding member of the Southern Football League in 1894. And then, likewise, when the United League was formed in 1896, before joining the Football League in 1897, 3 years later, with the costs of facing predominantly northern opposition prohibitive, Luton returned to the Southern League, where they would face West Ham for the first time. 1920, they returned to the Football League, where they have remained almost exclusively ever since. They're also known, their nickname is the Hatters. They've enjoyed standout moments. John Payne, who's held the record for most goals scored in a single league match. That's 10 against Bristol Rovers in 1936-37 season. And Ray Harford, leading the club to successive Football League Cup finals in 88 and 89, defeating Arsenal in the first to win the club's first and only major trophy to date. In between that, David Pleat led Luton to the top flight for the first time as second division champions in 81 and 82, and Luton dropped out of the Football League in 2009 and have since surged up the divisions during 2 spells under current manager Nathan Jones, reaching the championship in 2019. And off the pitch, they hope to open a new 17,500 capacity stadium in the town by 2024. Now, previous meetings between West Ham and Luton. West Ham have faced Luton Town 101 times in competitive matches, including wartime fixtures, but it's over 28 years since our most recent visit to Luton Town, and that was an FA Cup 6-round replay when Scott Oakes famously or infamously inspired Luton Town to a 3-2 win over Harry Redknapp's West Ham. And our most recent victory came at the Kenilworth Road, was in January 1992 when, remember the man, Mike Small, scored a 1-0 win in the old First Division. West Ham's first visit to Luton's historic home was in January 1906 when the Olympic gold medalist, or their future at the time, Olympic gold medalist Harry Stately scored in a 1-0 draw in the Southern League. So our overall record against Luton Town is we've played 101 games, we've won 42, we've lost 34, and we've drawn 25. with our biggest victory being a 5-0 FA Cup fourth round replay win at Upton Park in January of 1991. So there's some more information for you. Now let's get on to some team news regarding both the teams. We're hearing Areola, potentially Souček. Well, not hearing, we're guessing here. But Areola and Souček are likely to be among the players who potentially will be called into the West Ham starting 11. Because after the displays of a couple of the players against Rangers and the comments that David Moyes has said, what you're starting to see now with 2 games of pre-season to go are they're kind of getting close to what we're thinking maybe the starting lineup, depending on who we bring in. Aguerd, of course, will be missing with an ankle injury that he sustained at Ibrox, but it looks like Diop will probably come into the team. Hopefully, Aguerd's injury isn't as bad as first thought as well. I fully expect Pablo Fornals and Miki Antonio to feature in the game this afternoon. I thought Pablo Fornals is kind of getting a little bit better. Antonio's typically working up there as usual, working hard himself up top, but I think he may get some game time, but he'll be on the bench as well. And with Luton's final fixture before the Championship opener coming up, Jones, the manager from Luton Town, may look to name his strongest team. They've got some new signings available. Ethan Horvath, and who remembers this man? Are you ready for this one? A name for a blast from the past, Reece Burke, formerly of West Ham, who went to Hull City and now plays and plies his trade at Luton Town. And Gabriel Osho are expected to start for Luton Town for this pre-season fixture. So when it comes to pre-season, listen, I get it. People get frustrated at some of the results. People got massively frustrated against the Rangers game. But I think where my frustration maybe came is, you know, once Aguerd came off injured and then you brought Diop on, the starting 11 had not changed at all from the season before. And I think, you know, we're desperate to bring strength and depth, but I see this snowball effect happening now. If we get Scamacca over the line at the weekend, or early next week, then you might start to see that more positions getting filled. Kostic looks like it's pretty much nearly done as well. So that would be a really good recruit to the squad. And we'll see a few more faces come in. But it's what it is. It is what it is. It's a pre-season friendly. We're travelling to Luton Town, a nice little small stadium. They nearly came up to the Premier League, but they were very unfortunate to miss out on that. And it'll make for an interesting game, but I'm not going to read too much into it. Like it's serving its purpose. It's giving players a run out. It's giving them match time. It's giving them football game time, and that's what these players need. So we have to be mindful of the fact that that's exactly what it's for. Of course, you want players to bang in goals and West Ham to win every single game that they play in, whether it's competitive or non-competitive. But let's just remind ourselves, and I'll keep reminding ourselves during every single preseason friendly, that one particular year in pre-season, we were unbeaten. We won every single game, and we got relegated under Avram Grant. So it can really send you in a whirlwind of crazy emotions if you think we're going to win every single game, and then bang, we're going to go win the league after that. It doesn't work like that. So for me, I'm going to go for predictions. I'm going to ask you for your predictions just now. I'm going to go for a 3-2 win to West Ham. But it doesn't really mean anything. But I think a couple of players will get a run out, will be keen to get a run out. I think we may see obviously we'll see some of the old guard, Antonio. I think we'll see a little bit of Lanzini. Obviously, I think we'll see a little bit of Declan Rice. I think we'll see a little bit of Benrahma. I think we'll see a little bit of Bowen. I think one player that's getting good running out time and actually made a bit of a difference in the game at Ibrox against Rangers was Vlasic. So, you know, maybe he isn't leaving West Ham and maybe he is going to get a run out and maybe he is going to start to show what he is capable of doing since he has signed for the club. I've been really impressed so far with Flynn Downs. I think he's a strong, combative midfielder who is relentless and will chase down a tackle. So he's stepping up to the plate. Two players, though, I was really impressed with when they came off the bench was Vladimir Sofal and Tommy Souček as well. So I'll be excited to see what their fitness levels are looking like. I'd like to see players like Okaflex get a chance. I'd like to see Forson play a bit more. Equa looks like a unit in the middle of the park. I like Coventry, but I'm not sure what's actually going to happen with him moving forward. And of course, Harrison Ashby would be nice to get a run out as well, even alongside Baptiste. Chester's been involved a lot, and another young striker who got involved in Ibrox and covered a lot of ground and worked his backside off was Mubama, whom I really do like the looks of moving forward for West Ham as well. But I've got to be very careful what I say, because I've said that several times, and half the players I say I like the look of, they leave the club and moving forward. So I'm going to go for a 3-2 victory. Get your comments in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts on the game today. And as per usual, stay safe, keep supporting West Ham, get behind the lads, and we'll see you tomorrow for another cheeky video. Take it easy. Come on, you irons.
Stays the same. Once you let it change. It's like a family tree.